The next generation of racing is here.
The main reason for our announcement here today is that we have signed a partnership with the IndyCar Series, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and Dallara Automobili to bring the Indy Lights cars and the Indy cars to IRacing.com, which I'm very excited about. It's one of the most exciting forms of racing that there is. It makes for a terrific experience for the driver, with a great mix of venues, short ovals, speedways, road courses, all of which people will be able to do in iRacing.com. And for me, it's kind of a funny story. It comes full circle for me. The first simulation that I wrote over 20 years ago was an Indianapolis 500 simulation. The resolution is pretty poor, very few colors. The audio on a lot of PCs was nothing more than the PC speaker. You know, again, this was one of the first 3D, out of the cockpit viewpoint simulations of racing. You know, even back then, the technology was pretty primitive, but the focus I always had was on trying to create an interactive experience on the computer that would show people what it's like to drive a race car. But now as we move 20 years later, this is a little taste of what you'll see at iRacing.com. I mean, I need to almost remind you here that what you're looking at is not a video. It's actually the computer-generated graphics that you would see on your own PC. So you actually will be driving this car at Indianapolis for all intents and purposes. What this partnership means is starting very soon, next month, members at iRacing.com will be able to drive at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Starting in November, we'll be launching an IndyCar series, which will run with the Dallara IndyCar and on most of the venues that were raced this year. And finally, in May of next year, we're planning on doing a month of activities. We'll have an entire qualifying that people can do, the members, early in the month, and then it will culminate with an actual virtual Indy 500 that anyone will be able to drive in on Memorial Day weekend. And now at this point, I'm just going to hand the mic over to Justin Wilson. Justin is a longtime iRacing member, and he's done some test driving for us, and we're very happy to have him here to talk a little bit about what it's like to drive on the simulation.
I've been involved with helping out at iRacing for the last couple of years, I think it is, if not longer, but it's been a fun process to be involved with that and try and guide a little bit. As a professional, you're looking for the accuracy, and to go to a track and test before you actually go there in real life helps enormously. Whether it's a new track you're learning or just refreshing, and you can go online and do that. And it's not just the track layout and the radiuses of the corners are correct. It's the length of the straights. It's this background scenery. It's the curbs, the bumps. It goes down to the finest detail that makes a difference. And you can actually learn things on the simulator that you can bring to the racetrack, and it cuts down your learning time in the race car enormously. So I think that's a massive benefit. On top of that, of course, it's fun. It's the cheapest form of seat time you can get anywhere. You can't get in a race car. You can't go to a school and do it for this kind of budget. So it's great that you can get in, you can drive, and you can go online and race. And I think a lot of people are finding this addictive and very fun. I've been on with a few friends of mine, and I have come across Dale Earnhardt Jr. a couple of times. He's very quick on the road circuits, and as you said, I'm on there in my own name, so I don't want to go out and just run into the back of a guy at the start and look like an idiot. So there's a lot of pressure, and I get on there. There's also AJ Allmendinger. We used to be teammates before, and he's on there now, and so occasionally I come across him on there, and maybe we'll have a little bit more contact than normal, but it's good fun. It's good racing.